Ethan Klein, Asmongold, and XQ have been promoting Duzbulla through an X account called Yeet. I exposed their troll farm in this thread. The group spreads hate speech and organizes harassment campaigns. Yeah, I know. Not only do they call themselves the Daliban, Destiny's community is segmented into both the Daliban and now I guess the Duzbulla brigades or whatever. Yes, they are a bunch of groypers and like 4chan and shit, and they during the political that's been happening. Glad to see you unbanned and slightly convinced that the ban was for your politics and not what you actually said. No, I think the ban was valid. Like it's very obvious what the argument that I was making was not a call to action in terms of a sitting American senator, and instead was to talk about the hypocrisy. But I should have used a different term instead of saying. I should have said like nuke. Yeah, it's understandable that they would be strict about that. 100%. I definitely, as I said in my video, I definitely take ownership over that for sure. No, not even like in a video game. I just shouldn't have said kill. I should have said punish. That's it. But it's obvious that I'm not like, it's obvious for anyone that's paying attention to what I'm saying. Everybody understands I'm not talking about like literally Mike Johnson going out, hearing what I'm saying, and then going out and executing Rick Scott. It was valid until I saw multiple clips of other streamers saying things along the lines of "I hope you die." Yes, there are a lot of right-wing content creators out there, and a lot of people that recognize that even showing a little bit of allegiance to right-wing sentiment will get you some clout. And that is precisely the reason why a lot of people will go, yeah, this guy sucks. I hate him.
Convoy of aid.
Yeah, meanwhile, I mean, it's actually been pretty good. I'll say, it's worked. Asmongold is yet to be banned for saying Slicker should kill himself multiple times a few years ago. I mean, yeah, that's not going to happen. The statute of limitation is passed. Also, it's not happening because enough people are not going to make a big fuss about it. That's usually how it goes. You've upset the vets. Yeah, I saw this one's really funny. I got a 7-day ban for calling my friend's girlfriend the F slur during a stream where we raised $100K for veteran families. Why are you doing that? Not a single person's like, why did you do that? And that's a weird thing to do. By that argument, it's always political for you? What do you mean? Bro, move on. Let people heal from their old mistakes. They've got plenty of new ones to choose from. My link was related where a VTuber got banned for 7 days for humping an NPC in Bloodborne. Yeah, but the thing that I don't understand is if they got banned for silly things, it's weird when people's advocacy is like, no, like it'll be better if other people get banned for longer. Like, no, you should be advocating for banned for 7 days, not vice versa. You know what I mean? Like, how is that my fault? Do people unironically think I run Twitch or something? I think some people do. It's very strange. With some very notable exceptions, I've rarely ever advocated for a permanent ban on people at all. Like there are some people who are, you know, doxers and serial swatters and whatnot. And yeah, I think those people in their communities are not just insane to unban, but like it's objectively harmful to the entire space of streaming. It is pretty funny though that, Asmongold says a bunch of crazy stuff on a daily basis and is also simultaneously demanding that like a higher ban hammer get a higher ban hammer be struck on someone like myself. I've seen Baldwin Gold say he'd rather have guns than no guns and not a single clip was made. Yeah, it's more so it's very difficult to parse through a lot. Like when you're talking about 8 to 10 hours every day, it's very difficult to figure out like what a person has said that might be a violation of term of service. I luckily have a metric ton of haters, so they can immediately clip any moment, oftentimes clip moments directly out of context to also demand I get banned for shit that I'm not even advocating for.
_US leftist streamer Hasan Piker appears banned from Twitch after saying, quote, if you cared about Medicare fraud, you would kill Rick Scott.
Okay.
Jeez.
Just reporting the news.
He's just
How do you
joking.
get banned from that?
I mean,
It's a joke.
It's just
yeah,
a joke.
it's just a joke.
You know, first of all, it's
comedy
also
isn't legal.
it's completely nonsensical because you'd have to go back in time to prevent Rick Scott from committing Medicare fraud.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do a post talk or after the fact.
But it wouldn't
Example
stop.
setting.
Oh, you do it as a punishment.
Set an
I'm not
example,
for so.
Exactly. That's
Neither am I, to be fair. If the joke is funny, it's not bannable, just my opinion. I agree. Thank you. I thought comedy was legal now. I go back in time and save Huey P. Long. World would be better, just saying. What is this?
That he's too
Ethan Klein criticizes Hasan for saying he's closer to the incarcerated firefighters than Elon Musk, while at the same time not knowing how much they get taken advantage of and saying they shouldn't push for more pay is quite disgusting behavior. Horrible. Why are they going through older videos of mine? Like, is Ethan now anti-paying incarcerated firefighters more? Like, what the f is happening? Oh no, he's going full sex pest and he's just assuming whatever position I have, is he just going to assume the exact opposite? Is this all they do on their broadcast? Like, what the fuck? What a strange obsession, man. He's just like, yeah, no, Hasan's for Medicare for all. That I'm against it. Yeah, I hate that. Aren't you afraid of legal actions taken against you? For what? I hope you guys understand. Yes, if I actively called for the assassination of a sitting U.S. president or a sitting U.S. senator, I would literally get a stern talking to by Secret Service. Like, it's fairly obvious what I said in that process. For what you said, I know it was a joke, but no, I wasn't. Oh my God, it's fine. They dox people on their show too, don't forget. I know, that was also crazy. He freaked out on Dan and Dan started saying Dan was acting like you. Yeah, I like that Trump says Palestinian as a pejorative and Ethan uses Hasan as a pejorative. It's weird. I don't want to watch this. And I don't understand why anybody would, to be fair. Slow chat, please. Do you see XC called out Dan Clancy after he saw your tweet about him? Wow, what did he say? Is he crying that I called him a snake? That's pretty funny. After spending years and years claiming that I was fucking him over and demanding that I get a longer ban. Anyway, XC's fallen in the rookie hole. Yeah. All right. Israel blocks all entry of humanitarian aid into Gaza. Trump threatens pro-Hamas mobs with arrest and deportation. Fantastic. Fantastic stuff in general. And then I'll talk about the stalker incident before we get to, obviously, later in the day, the Donald Trump Donald Trump fake State of the Union that's not a State of the Union. There's also this guy, this Nazi who has been unmasked. And lo and behold, shockingly, it seems he is a pedophile, allegedly. Nathan Grayson also wrote an article on my ban. Let's see what it was about. The Twitch streamer is not the problem. Don't take the bait, by Nathan Grayson. Yesterday, HasanAbi Piker, the biggest leftist political streamer and one of the few progressive voices to rival the right's small army of endless aggrieved attack dogs, was suspended from Twitch. The cause? During a broadcast last week, Piker suggested if House Speaker Mike Johnson and other Republicans were as serious about Medicare and Medicaid fraud as they claimed, they would kill a current U.S. Senator and former CEO who oversaw the Department of Justice called the largest healthcare fraud in U.S. history, instead of elevating him to the upper echelons of the party. This is notable not because of Piker's suspension, but because of how people, especially other content creators, ended up framing the larger issue. Not long after Piker made his incendiary statement last week, the outrage machine kicked into overdrive with the likes of actual violence encourager Libs of TikTok. Bomb threats follow Libs of TikTok's campaign against Planet Fitness. And also, Libs of TikTok has done bombing campaigns on children's hospitals, which is the most insane. Like, children's hospitals got bomb threats after they were put in the crosshairs of Libs of TikTok. You're a bad person at that point. You know what I mean? There's no other way to put it. Anyway, and rebranded WoW streamer Asmongold, who unsurprisingly did not turn over a new leaf following his own suspension for a 2024 racist rant against Palestinians, clutching their pearls of what they suggested was a violent threat against Scott. Numerous others across Twitter and YouTube, some connected to the longer-term effort to deplatform Piker and pro-Palestinian streamers, Others, not, took up their call. Twitch suspended Piker a few days later. After just one day, Piker's suspension is concluded, and other usual suspects like Tim Pool are acting like Twitch is turning a blind eye to murder. Never mind that Piker did not suggest viewers should harm Scott. He remarked that Johnson and other high-ranking Republicans would do it if they stood by their stated principles, an idea so far outside the realm of possibility as to be, on its face, absurd. My statement was hyperbolic, Piker said in a YouTube video addressing the suspension today, but the intention of it was not a call to violence directly against the sitting senator, but instead was to show the hypocrisy of the Republican Party in terms of how little they truly care about Medicare and Medicaid fraud, because that happens at the point of the provider and not necessarily at the point of the recipients. They want to cut Medicare and Medicaid for the recipients to the tune of $800 billion, and in order to justify that, they will do everything in their power to lie and claim that it's actually your grandparents that are stealing from Medicare and not people like Rick Scott. Piker, who back in 2019 found himself in hot water over a similarly decontextualized remark that America deserved 9/11, resolved to use more deliberate and more careful language in the future. Probably a smart move, though, as Piker observed in his video. Nobody's going to be perfect 100% of the time when they're live, day in and day out, going back and forth the contentious chat, all while creators espousing right-wing viewpoints, which often explicitly or implicitly advocate for violence against immigrants and trans people, are held to vastly different standards. What is this one? Oh, Nick has been spewing anti-trans rhetoric for months, but he's only now facing consequences. That's true. Also, more importantly, the streamer drama portion of the story barely matters. The problem Piker pointed to during the stream that got him suspended, a former CEO of a healthcare company that copped a record $1.7 billion in fines, going out to dodge material consequences, walk away with $10 million in severance and $300 million in stock options, and become a U.S. senator, is an issue so much more consequence than Piker's word choice that these things are not remotely comparable. It is the range that millions of people are getting their news from creators who act like a damn Twitch streamer using harsh language to state documented facts is where the story starts and ends, rather than in the halls of actual power. We're all being robbed. It's as clear as day. There was an alleged murder about it, and many people sided with the alleged murderer. Think about why political pundits and content creators might now be incentivized to muddy the waters, especially when healthcare is concerned. Think about how they might stand to benefit from your distraction, even as normal people's material circumstances degrade by the day. Think about how platforms make themselves complicit by algorithmically favoring outrage and drama dogpiles over discussion that threatens the status quo. Anybody who frames this conflict in any other way, who suggests different stakes or a different central cast of characters, is either deeply unserious or outright lying to you. Do not listen to them. Odds are they are trying to rob you too. Yeah, bars. W article. Ethan Klein, Asmongold, and XQ have been promoting Dazbullah through an X account called Yeet. I exposed their Nazi troll farm in this thread. The group spreads violent hate speech and organizes harassment campaigns. Yeah, I know. Not only do they call themselves the Taliban, Destiny's community is segmented into both the Taliban and now I guess the Dazbullah brigades or whatever. Yes, they are a bunch of groypers and like 4chan Nazis and shit. And they regularly, this account is like literally a stalker of mine, by the way. A stalker of mine and many other female content creators on Twitch. Kind of like that one fucking random stalker that went up to Cinna and Valkyrie and Emeru. Like that level of stalker went into the Destiny community, got a lot of prominence in Destiny's audience for constantly clipping shit, and now has rebranded himself as TMZ for streamers. And people don't even know that. Yeah, it's a stalker that is known in this community, by the way. A stalker who climbed the ranks of LSF and now has an LSF Twitter. Yeah, literally. Can you imagine? This dude, we have the OC 2000 or 20,000. We have banned probably thousands of accounts of his. Yeah, the Pokey Hasan stalker, yeah. And now he unironically has become an LSF poster. Isn't that crazy? We have banned thousands of sock accounts of his. This is the guy that Richie Torres follows too, by the way. Yeah, video of Asmon defending the stalker.
Threat exposing Dazbullah Nazi troll farm targeting Arab and Muslim streamers. Why y'all gotta make this about race and shit? Like, get the
Wait, what do you mean? It's N-words for Palestine is what they were posting. What do you mean? Why y'all gotta always make this about race? They made it about race. Is Asmongold criticizing this account or what's he criticizing?
Here. Exactly. Nah, like making this shit about me. Always making this shit about me. It's nuts. What if Twitch is racist though? It's what they get. Major schizo energy. I think so too. When anyone asks why people hate Hasan, this should be used as reason. The people who hate Hasan, are you okay siding with these people? Jesus. Oh my God. Oh wow. Wow. The break is a little bit confused. Like, what is this? The admin, the Nazi.
I don't think Asmongold understands that when he enters the realm of politics, like people that have been doing this to me will eventually do this to him as well. Like right now he thinks
cucumber account.
Right now he thinks that like, oh, because, you know, I'm anti-Hasan, then that's fine, right? Like they won't come after me. They will. They're after Destiny too. Half of them have literally turned around and are now ripping into Destiny. These guys are just in it for the fun. That's it. Like, you will eventually also become their target. They'll always hate me the most. Let's be real. But this Yeet guy got a copy strike on his account from Pirate Software that put a mark on his account. I suggest all content creators do the same and get his account closed for harassment. I don't think it was Pirate Software that copy striked him. I think it was a false copy strike. I think your YouTube video really affected him. Yeah.
Oh my God. Like, what is this? Holy fuck. Like, why? What are you doing? I'm not going to cry a fucking river when people who have genocide that's baked into their laws are getting genocided.
Anyway, the group mocks dead children, spreads violent hate. Yeah, they just say like incredibly racist shit. Destiny and Dan Sullivan working with Asmongold and XQ to promote their racist troll farm after getting banned on Twitch.
Klein, Destiny, Dan Saltman. Who else is there out there that is pushing the fuck Hasan narrative? There has to be more of us. Is there more of us?
Well, it's happening organically because people realize that Hasan is a crazy person. Yeah.
He is a bad guy. I am so happy that I could be part of this movement to destroy this.
Yeah, he's like, it's organic. Because even Destiny understands that Dan is giving the game away because he's a fucking dumbass. He's like, no, this is organic. It's an organic movement of people who just think Hasan is crazy.
Fucking terrorist motherfucker.
And I also want to say that this rise in extremism and this rise in extremist...
Yeah, he straight up linked the Dan Saltman tweet.
Because eventually somebody will say something. Will this be the time? It probably won't be the time. But eventually somebody will say something and it's going to get mainstream attention to a degree that it's going to damage Twitch on a massive level. I'm not going to cry a fucking river when people who have...
Anyway, this Nazi Cucumber group is the group's admin. It's followed by Dan Saltman and Yeet. More on Yeet later. These Cucumber spends its days tweeting out calls for violence and mass murder against Arabs/Muslims and then switches back to his alt to attack N-words for Palestine. Hezbollah's most active soldier is an account called Yeet, who pretends to be TMZ for streamers, but is actually a Hezbollah mod. Yeet curates misleading clips to encourage harassment and is promoted by Asmongold, XQ, Ethan Klein, and their respective communities. Yeah. Don't be fooled by Yeet's attempt to appear innocuous. Yeet is a Hezbollah mod who follows the Nazi Cucumber. Their goal is to harass streamers that criticize Israel, especially Arabs/Muslims. If they don't get their way, their aim is to destroy Twitch as a platform. Twitch is a corrupt site of lunatics running the asylum. It needs to either implode or get completely gutted and rebuilt. While Dan Saltman and to a lesser extent Ethan calling out sponsors to accelerate the timetable, the end game for Twitch was always the apocalypse. A productive day, operatives. Catch me later. I'll buy you a beer. Strike target updates. Congratulations, operatives. We are reporting positive outcomes. They like LARP as though they're doing like a psyop. Don't be. Oh my God. It's a very sad way to. Dan's shy now, but he was talking a whole lot when he threatened to destroy anyone who criticized Hezbollah or worse, anyone who dared to criticize Destiny's alleged sex crimes.
Coworkers, if you're one of my coworkers out there and you're making your little bit of a strong statement about how much you condemn Destiny and everything else, you better not let me fucking find you doing something else and signing some other bullshit off for someone else. All this is just virtue signaling fucking bullshit, okay? It's like, because it's like, oh my God, sharing nudes? Okay, I'm out of here immediately, right? Like, fuck Hasan. Right? Fuck everyone that's using this as a jumping off point to like try and make their side win.
Dude, my haters are not unwell. Okay, let me tell you, my haters are not doing well. They are very unwell.
Don't let me capture you in 4K being a virtue signaling cunt. That don't let me capture that event from any of these people. I will fucking destroy you if that's the case.
But I've been thinking about, for the Twitch thing, I might actually just go find every person that said something like, Clancy's never going to leave, nothing burger, by the way. I think I may find every single one of these people and round them up. I'm going to leave it there.
My fellow orbiters or coworkers. If you're some fucking one of my coworkers out there and
he was also actively trying to dox people who used to be in Destiny's community who are no longer in his community because of the Destiny cyber sex pest saga, you know, sharing with other people that he wants to have sex with, videos that he took, some consensually, some unconsensually, allegedly, you know, the revenge porn saga that he's going through. People that were upset at Destiny, Dan has been actively trying to. XQC said this Yeet guy seems unbiased by his reporting, by the way. Yeah, because XQC also is a Destiny dick rider. What do you mean? That's it. You know, it is what it is. Everyone, please do your part in exposing these violent races and their thinly disguised disinfo/harassment operation. There's many people out there who don't know the truth about these streamers/accounts are susceptible to their underhanded tactics. After I first exposed Yeet as a front for Hezbollah's Nazi troll farm, he quickly tried to cover his tracks by removing his mod position. Too late, the evidence has already been saved. The owner of that community made me a mod on their own accord. You're reaching so hard, lol. I found out I'm not a mod from your tweet. I'm a mod from your tweet and just remove myself again. I have no posting in there. Nice try on the canceling, though. Go back to 2015. Honor, I mentioned Nicholas DiUrio and Willie Maxshaw are Yeet followers who supported Hezbollah's disinfo and harassment campaigns. Both were Destiny orbiters who tried to distance themselves. The thing is, I don't think this guy's getting paid to do any of this shit. I think he does it because he's just like a very mentally ill, a deeply, deeply mentally ill stalker, by the way. Like, the amount of accounts of this guy that we have banned in this community and in many other communities because he's just like very clearly a mentally ill stalker is shocking. It is truly shocking that Destiny brought him into his community and made him a prominent part of his community in general. Yeah, he goes after all of my friends, anyone who is, yeah, he's active in all the schizo discords. Like, this person is exactly the same. This person is exactly the same fucking person that was stalking Emaru and them. He originally comes from Destiny's community. That's where his stalker came from. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that he was initially from that community. I thought he was just like an outsider stalker that entered his community. Same exact type of person. Not the same person, but same exact type of person. Like, yeah, I'm not saying it's the same person. It's the same type of person. Make no mistake. I'm sure they'll like try to clip that out of context as well. But the reality of the matter is there are a lot of people like this who just like actively try to stir up drama. And that is what they like. The satisfaction they get is like when people recognize them, recognize their existence. This account used to harass your tweets all the time back in the day while trying to ship you with other streamers so we could harass them as well. How did they switch up and become approved by so many streamers is unbelievable to me. Because streamers, there are a lot of streamers who are dog shit, like straight up. That's it. Myself included. Like I am not the best person either. You know what I mean? I also have a lot of narcissistic tendencies. Like this is something that I this is something that I recognize. It is what it is. And these people love playing that role of just like actively obsessing over a person. Nah, this was earlier a clip of Boner Chelly saying he was going to pay these people. Then Yeet went on to fuel D's podcast, aka the Fuck Hasan Hour. I don't know if he's actually getting paid, but who cares? I mean, it is what it is. There's not really much you can do about it. Did you hear the latest news? D hired Prince Andrew's lawyer. I don't know if you have extra cash. That guy's expensive. Wait, what? Prince Andrew's lawyer? This is a stalker I saw who made the weird Reddit threads about all the female streamers who appeared on your stream. Yes, that's him. He's the one who constantly ships me with every female content creator and just like over and over again posts about it. He was the one who would always like post my address under all of my replies too, I think. Or that might be a different schizo. Yeah, there is definitely a group of these people in a Discord that all just like actively stalk a lot of content creators, but especially female content creators. Anyway, one of his lawyers is Andrew Bretler, who was a partner in the firm that defended Prince Andrew and Bill Cosby. Jesus Christ. Different? Dude, do you know how many fucking stalkers I have? I have a lot of fucking stalkers. Every content creator does, especially Twitch streamers. Chat.